All right, another one slide wonder. This is basically just one section. And again, I don't want to overcomplicate things. I just want, this is more of a heads up slide. As you know, you have some acids that have the ability to donate more than one proton. I showed you this before, and the classic example is this one with phosphoric acid. Just want to walk you through this, what you'd call a titration curve here for phosphoric acid. So what you're doing in this is you're adding successively more sodium hydroxide, that is base, to the acid. You start with one species, this guy here, the phosphoric acid itself, and not surprisingly, because it's an acidic solution, the pH is actually going to start relatively low here. So as you're adding successive amounts of sodium hydroxide, you would expect the pH to increase, and indeed it does, but not particularly much. Now, having said that, again, be aware this is a log scale, right? So if the pH changes by 1 unit, that means that the actual concentration of the hydronium ion has actually, in this case, the pH is going up, so the concentration of hydronium ion has actually gone down by a factor of 10. Working with log scales sometimes gets a little bit confusing. But anyway, so the pH is changing through here, relatively flat, but again, don't forget this is a log scale here. And then you get to a point where basically you've used up all of this species here. And so any hydroxide ion that you add over that tiny little drop more, you get this rapid increase in pH here. And that's not dissimilar to what you saw in Prac 3 when you were doing the titration. So it was all going along and nothing seemed to be happening. Then all of a sudden, bang, you've gone through this point here. Now, the difference now is that you're starting with basically what is another acid, and you're doing another titration. So that's what this is trying to represent here. Now you've got H2PO4 minus, and you're starting off again, and away you go. You get a little bit of an increase, and then bang, etc. Okay, you get the point. I'm just pointing out that when you're titrating against polyprotic acids, it's not unusual to see this kind, in fact it's expected that you would see this kind of curve, which is basically a composite of a few different titrations going on. This graph over here is just simply trying to show you what's happening to the species as the pH changes, and I walked you through that in a previous section. Basically, you're starting off here with phosphoric acid, that's going down, you're getting a common increase in the amount of this species here, and then of course that reaches a max, and then that starts going down because it's now disappearing as you're adding more base here, because the pH is going more basic in that direction. Okay, that's just a heads up for you. We'll leave it there.